Hello everybody, and today we're going to be putting a new rotor on a 2005 Toyota Camry. I've got a little bit of a pulse going on in my pedal, and I have had my brakes turned, so I think it's just cheap rotors. I'm going to give it another try. The one I think it is, I'm going to replace, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to do the other side too. So, alright, first thing we're going to do is pull off the hubcap, if you have a hubcap. And also, if you do have a hubcap, make sure, like some of them old Buicks had an actual screw that held them on. And some of the RV hubcaps, they're actually held on by some lugs. They'll have 2 lugs or something. So you got to be careful and inspect real closely. Try and kind of figure it out. You know, like the nuts, you can tell if there's the chrome nuts on there, you can tell if there's been a wrench on it. And if it looks like there's been a wrench on 2 of them, and there you go. Next is the lug nuts. We just want to crack them loose. We don't want to take them all the way off, because we want to crack them loose before we get the tire off the ground so we don't wreck anything in the transmission. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All cracked loose, ready to go. For jacking it up, you just want to make sure that you jack it on a good solid spot. You know your car. This car, I know, this right here, this subframe cross member is super solid. This works fantastic. So let's get it jacked up. I'm gonna check and make sure it's staying on there, and it is. Get that tire off the ground. Just to be safe, even though I'm not going to stick my head underneath this car, except for right now, I'm going to throw that jack stand under there just for safety. Okay, now that we've got it jacked up, we've got a jack stand underneath it so everything's safe in case it comes down. We can take all these lug nuts off all the way. Air impact does work pretty well, but you know, the old T-handle works pretty good too. We don't feel like dragging out the hoses, which for 5 lugs, I'm not going to drag out the hoses and the impact. And plus, when I use this, I use this to tighten them anyways to get a better feel. Come on. And just set these lug nuts aside so that somebody doesn't walk through and kick them across the whole shop. And you gotta go digging for them. Alright, now it should come off real easy. If it doesn't, you might have to bang one side, bang the other side, bang the other side. I have had a rim one time where I actually had to use an acetylene torch on it to heat it up just to get the rim off. That will almost never happen. Now we're gonna take off the caliper, but if you notice, there's quite a few bolts here. We got 1, 2, and on the inside, we've got 3. And you can't see this one, but 4. Now we're going to take off the bigger ones because we want to replace the whole rotor. Now if you just want to do a brake job and replace your pads, these 2 smaller ones would be all you'd need to take out. But we're not messing with that, so let's take off the bigger ones. And I already checked, they are 17 millimeter on this vehicle. And this is where when you get into some bigger rigs, you just need bigger tools. But I've had this off not that long ago, and this car is not that big, so I got just a small 3/8 breaker bar, and I should be plenty to get these out. Sometimes you just got to give them a little smack with your hand. Now, I don't need any extensions, so that's always nice. Anytime you got extensions, it makes it harder. One, 2. Now these can be a pain in the ass to get off sometimes, but I don't think this is going to be. And it's not. So there. Okay, once you get your caliper off, you may want to use a wire to tie it up there, you know. I kind of get in a hurry a bit. I can balance it. This one balances really pretty good up here. So I think I'm going to be alright. Some rotors will have some screws in them to where you can't, you got to take those out to get them off. They've pretty much done away with those, thank God, but they were a pain in the ass back in the day. My RX-7 had those. These here, they're just to help get the rotor off. And it's on there, so that's what I'm gonna have to do. Time to get into the bucket of bolts. So, you know, I hate to do this. God, I hate that. This looks too big. But I'm just gonna check it and make sure, but it looks too big. Nope, that's the one. Boom. Boom! That's so nice having those there. I mean, thank you very much, Toyota, for doing that. That's very nice of you. Same thing. Yeah, it's already gone. It's already done. I'm checking the pad since I'm in here. And I don't really have a straight edge to put on this, but I'm gonna keep this just in case the other one goes bad. I mean, you can't tell. It seems straight to me here, but you just don't know without a lathe. Some people say to put a straight edge on here and they say you can see it. I'm gonna try it real quick and just see if I can see anything. I put a straight edge on there and I can't see anything. See, let me show you. It looks fine. Honestly, it looks fine to me. I've never found that straight edge trick to ever work, ever. Let's open up the new rotor and see what we got. Let me guess, it's made in China. Let me just take a stab at it. All right. It looks basically the same quality as the old one. And we know where they're made. In China! These things are slathered in oil, so you must clean them up with some carb cleaner or something. They don't want to send them to you all rusty. Got a little bit of carb cleaner right here, so we're gonna just, normally I would just take it outside and hose it down real good, but I'm gonna use this. You really do want to get this oil off though. That is not good. That will mess up your brake pads. Just loaded with oil. Now all we got to do is put it on. But one thing you have to remember is now this is probably a little bit thicker than the old one because I had the old one turned and it's used. So I'm going to have to squish that piston in on the caliper just a wee bit to get this on. And for that, we need one of these. This here is a 6-inch C-clamp, which is usually plenty big for most any caliper. Okay, so we need to take these brakes out. I don't know if I can zoom you in on that. I just need to pop these out. There's one. There's two. I'm going to put them on the exact same way they went. I'm going to put, even though you can interchange them, sometimes you can interchange them. See, these don't have wear indicators, so obviously you can just interchange them. It doesn't matter which one goes on the inside or the outside on this specific model. Some may vary. Now I need to squeeze that piston in. So I don't need to push it all the way in either, but I think I might push it all the way in. Just because why not? And take it slow because it's going through a small little hole. And you don't want to bob it out too hard. You definitely do not. Okay, so it's bottomed out. Didn't take long because these brakes are pretty new. I've been dealing with brake pulsing and slight issues on this car forever. I actually went through and redid all the brakes, drums, rotors, everything. But I replaced it all with cheap China crap. I didn't know that people could actually sell stuff that didn't last a year, but this new rotor I got costed $30. It only has a 1-year warranty on it. Actually, it was $35. Only has a 1-year warranty on it. So that tells me right there that it's a cheap rotor. If you're getting a good rotor, if you want to buy good rotors, find something with at least a 2-year warranty on it. If you find a rotor with a 2-year warranty on it, it's going to be way better quality. But this car has over 225,000 miles on it. It's nice, but I don't want to dump a ton of money into this car. So I'm going to give this a try and see if it works. It should. I mean, geez, 40 bucks a rotor, it's steel. Why doesn't it work? All right, time to put the new rotor on. It does not matter which way these line up at all. It doesn't matter. Put them on however you want. Some of them, if they've got a hole, a bigger hole on it, I try and put that back in the same spot just because. Why not? Now that we got this on, it slides right on. Don't worry about it fitting tight because it doesn't. It's the wheel that holds that on. All right, so next comes these pads here. We're just gonna slip these in. If you're not sure, these go in, it's generally they go in pretty easy. Some of them can be a little bit of a trick to figure out, but I don't think it's anything anybody can't figure out eventually. These are super gravy train. Done. All right, now you want to be careful when you're setting this up somewhere too, because you don't want to put too much pressure on your brake line up there. You definitely don't want to like go like this. If I went like that and turned it that way, that would put a full twist on this thing. I don't want a full twist on that. Everything's pretty much just going back together the way it came off. I'm just going to kind of hold it there until I get this top one started. Yep, there it is. Already started. Take the weight off so I can hand screw it a little better. Top one's in. There it is. Sometimes you have to just kind of get it to the right spot for them threads to catch. But you'll get it. It's getting tight. I can go ahead and use the ratchet now. And one thing I always like to say when it comes to wrenching, don't crank them all down super tight till you get them all somewhat tight. So I'm going to get this one somewhat tight. It's not a huge deal, but it's just good practice. Okay, so that one's pretty tight, but it's not cranked. I'm not going to crank them, secure them till I get them both snug. All right, they're both snug. So now I'm going to crank them down. And you may want to use a torque wrench. I've just been doing this for so long that I know how tight they need to be with what kind of lever I got. I just know. I know. It's harder to get them tight pulling up, but ooh, let's get a little. That's good right there. I heard something making some noise, and that makes me wonder. Oh, I see something, guys. All right, guys, they're both tight. Now all I gotta do is put the wheel back on. But I want to do just a little inspection over here because there's some. I just wanted to show you this A-arm bushing right here. But this one bushing here looks real crappy. I don't know if you can see that right where I'm pointing. It doesn't look good. Alright guys, this video is getting way too long, so basically all you gotta do is put that tire back on just like you took it off, put the hubcap on, smash that like, pound that subscription button, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!